Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com, and today we are making one of my childhood favorites, Cham-bot. That's what my family called it. There's the real name, Giambotta. That's thanks to Scott in Boston who helped solve this childhood mystery. I always wondered where the name came from, and you're going to read about that today. It starts with some sausage, sometimes, olive oil and garlic that my Aunt Joyce, who made this for me, sweated down. All right, she did that before I got there, so I wasn't able to film it, but you know how to saute onions and garlic and sausage until they're translucent. Now, basically what this is a vegetable stew that is simmered in a tomato mixture. So what she took was a large can of whole peeled tomatoes. She pureed that with her stick blender. She also had a small can of tomato sauce. So basically she had about 36 ounces, just over 2 quarts of tomato puree when she was done. She also put in just a splash of water to rinse that out. We never waste stuff. All right, at least she doesn't. I don't know if I would have done that. But anyway, that's what you're supposed to do. She threw in some chopped basil, about, I don't know, half a bunch. Salt and pepper to taste, that's up to you. I like to put in some red pepper flakes. She went with just black pepper. She was the chef that day. I don't argue with the chef, but if you want a little spicier, some pepper flakes are nice. And here's the other essential ingredients: potatoes, green beans, zucchini, which was always in there, and we always had a lot of that around in the summer, of course. Green and red bell peppers, and I hope you're sitting down. Cut up hot dogs. You got to read the blog today. I'll explain all that, okay? So what she does in the simmering, well, it's not simmering yet, but it will be. In the soon-to-be simmering tomato mixture, she's going to add her potatoes, which you can see she cut into like 2 or 3 inch pieces. Her cut up peppers, again, 2 3-inch pieces are fine. And her zucchini. And what you're going to do is you're going to simmer the potatoes, the zucchini, and the pepper in the tomato mixture. Again, it was already started with the sauteed onions and garlic and a little bit of sweet Italian sausage. I'll have all the amounts on the site today. You're going to add that, and you're going to cover that, and you're going to simmer that for about 15 or 20 minutes. And what will happen is the vegetables will start to soften slightly. Now, she was worried here. She's like, I got to switch to a bigger pot. I said, you can't. We're already filming. You can't switch pots halfway through. So she added her blanched green beans. Now I'm going to explain on the site today why you don't want to add raw green beans to a tomato sauce. It's very scientific. I'll sound like Alton Brown as you read it. All right, so she stirs in her green beans, and then yes, hot dogs. Now this was always made growing up with some kind of sausage, and I think my grandfather, who made this dish the most often for me in my childhood, and I probably ate this thing 3 times a week at least in the summer. I just think hot dogs were the cheapest sausage available, and I think that's why he used them. But any sausage will work. It is delicious with hot dogs, believe it or not. All right, so simmer that for 15, 20 more minutes more, maybe even more than that, until the potatoes are tender, the vegetables are tender, and you have an incredibly flavorful vegetable stew. Hey, you vegetarians, of course you can leave out the meat. But try it with the hot dogs. It's really good. Of course, it's good with any kind of Italian sausage, sweet, hot, you name it. Visit the site. I think interesting article today, and enjoy.